The honourable member for Edmonton Centre.
Well, Madam Speaker, I'm proud to stand here again in this House and be able to represent the great citizens of Edmonton Centre. And I'm also proud that our leader has given me a new portfolio, which is the Shadow Minister for Innovation, Science and Industry. And I'm excited to be part of that and be part of what will be a future government. It's been a great honor to serve for the past 8 months and particularly be able to represent small businesses and advocate for better policies to be able to help those small businesses. I and my colleagues have made numerous recommendations to this government, which some they listened to, some they didn't, and I do appreciate the ones that they did actually listen, because these small businesses certainly needed our help during these challenging times. You know, small businesses are unique, and when the economy was shut down and essential businesses were allowed to carry on, it's an interesting term to say essential businesses. Because I would tell you that every small business out there, they feel like they're essential. They put their blood, sweat, and tears into their business, and to tell them they're not essential is painful. So the very least we can do is try to support them and try and make sure that they have a fighting chance to succeed. But unfortunately, the good work that we're doing at committee, and particularly in the Finance Committee, was put to a stop as we started to be able to make some progress on a variety of different issues, but then we were able to uncover that the way the government was sending out some of these programs, like the WE program, was full of issues. And unfortunately, that resulted in a prorogue of Parliament, which is really damning. Now, as a member of Parliament, I understand that we're going to have to adapt and we have to change, and there's going to be obstacles to get in our way in doing this job. And COVID-19, it is without a doubt the most significant issue that a generation will see. And it's important, very important, that we craft policies that get us through this. And unfortunately, a lot of the policies that we've seen, they may have been helping, but in many areas they have not helped. The government took 6 weeks, took a little time out to try and craft a new speech from the throne. And unfortunately, it was more like recycled messages. Now, there's a lot to unpack from this Liberal speech from the throne after they took their hiatus. And I want to highlight a few things that I saw in the speech from the throne of topics that they covered. Finally, they start to talk about health and testing and rapid testing. You know, we've had 6 months to get this right, and they're still talking about it. And just in the last couple of days, it looks like we might be making some small progress. This wild assertion that somehow when the government takes on debt, it's not the debt of the people. That's an amazing comment to make. The debt belongs to the people. There's only one taxpayer. 1 million jobs, they say. Well, frankly, if you could just get out of the way, get these businesses back operating, they will produce the jobs. Government doesn't produce the jobs. The private sector produces the jobs. The expansion of the CEBA program, this one just really gets my hair up. You're going to expand something that you haven't even fixed. We've been asking and been told for months and months that you will actually fix this program and allow small businesses that use a personal account to have access to this program. Get it fixed, get it right. Now, despite all these promises and all the things that they said they were going to do, you would think that we'd have outstanding performance. But lo and behold, we spend pretty much the most of a G7 country, so the highest spending, and we have the highest unemployment. How does that correlate to good programs? That tells me that other countries have got it better than us, and we need to adjust. We need to stop buzzwords, platitudes, and get programs that actually get the job done. Now, what this speech felt like for me was something like the first speech that I heard in this place, and I used the term, it was a big old nothing burger. Well, throne speech 2, to me, they may have improved the recipe a little bit more. Maybe they added a little bit of meat, maybe even a tomato. But no, I think what we got was a recycled, stale bread, list of old promises, and they branded it under a stronger, more resilient Canada. Lots of spending, lots of talk on spending, but very little about how are we going to create the revenue to get us out of this mess. A speech that had no mention on how we increase exports and market share. Virtually no mention of the energy and resource sector, which has been a driver of economic growth for this country. Nothing that spoke about the Western alienation that is currently happening, and particularly in my great province. And we have yet to see a budget from this government. You know, when I came here, I expected that would be one of the first things that you would see out of a government. You would have a budget and you have a roadmap towards recovery, and we have seen neither. Now, I could sit here and ramble on about a whole handful of promises that are made in this throne speech, but I want to focus on a couple things, and particularly about something the Liberals have been claiming they've been rapidly accelerating for 5 years now. Since 2015, apparently the top Liberal priority has been to connect incredibly patient Canadians with high-speed broadband, both in urban and rural areas. Now, this fever pitch for connectivity has only been exacerbated because of COVID-19. Students, teachers, small business people, all kinds of folks have needed the internet to be able to carry on in their daily lives. So what do we got? We've got in 2016 a $500 million Connect to Innovate program, CRTC $750 million broadband fund, accelerated investment incentive in 2018. Another announcement today. Lots of announcements for money, little announcements for actual action. In fact, the minister today said that they're working soon. People will have better connectivity. We need to get this right. The 5G program, the delay of the spectrum auction, those things have been held up, and we're not getting the results that we need. And there are innovative solutions out there. There is the potential for new providers to come into this marketplace and provide some solutions. All they need is for the government to get out of the way, make some approvals, and make sure that it happens. So what I heard from the speech from the throne was not a story about how we can grow again, not a story about how we can get the economy going, not a story about how we're going to create new jobs, not growing Canada and growing our economy. That's why I will be voting no. There is no vision in this. It's a bunch of recycled promises. Now, I do have confidence, though, in the human spirit and the ability of businesses and the private sector to be able to grow. I do have confidence that they can overcome the challenges that we have today. We've got great innovators in this country. We have great businesses. They can do it if you let them do their job. But unfortunately, Canada fell out of the top 10 ranking as the world's most competitive economies. And Canada has fallen near the bottom of its peer group on innovation, ranking 13 of 16 peer countries by the Conference Board of Canada. Global Innovation Index ranks Canada 16th out of 20 countries. This is not acceptable. This is a country that should lead, not follow. And it's unfortunate that we haven't had the policies to be able to get this done. So it's time to get busy. It's time to get off the platitudes. It's time to talk about policies that will unleash the private sector by reducing regulation, encouraging investment, and allowing Canada to be competitive again. We have a great country. It has incredible potential. We have great people. They want to succeed. I want them to succeed, but we need policies that support that. Unfortunately, this government is on a trail that it does anything but that. Let's get busy, let's make this country go again, and let's get it right. Thank you.